What's this wonderful place, Rosie?
It's where we live, Nick. It's our house. What's marvellous about Roquetaillade is somewhere where we can, all our family can meet up and meet together.
Even
Here's
the English,
Lucy.
the English relatives can come and stay.
Everybody.
In a fantasy castle.
And here's Lucy from Florida.
From Florida, America.
I think this is the most exciting shot, and we had a very famous French film, Fantomas, with Jean Marais, and it ended with him going up in a spaceship from the top of the keep.
So this is not just a chateau, it's a chateau fort, which literally means fortress. It's an actual fairy tale castle, like the ones children draw. You know, you're at school and you're asked to draw a castle. This is what you draw. You have the turrets, you have the towers, you have the moat, you have the drawbridge, you have all the features of an actual fairy tale castle, such as you would draw as a child. So it's not just a regular chateau, it's actually a fortress. À bientôt! See you soon at Roquetaillade!
There's a lot of mathematical calculation. In a fortress, as in a cathedral, this keep is calculated at 40 meters high, because from there you get a perfect view. And the word keep, of course, is where the family kept themselves. Their only windows and only rooms are in the keep, because it was the safest place to live. So Roquetaillade just consisted of vast spaces to receive people in case of attack, with cows and ducks and animals, with the most important for it being water, and that's the well in the courtyard, and still giving all the water to Roquetaillade today. Okay, well, this is the kitchen where we eat every day at this table. And on the table we've got our beautiful black Gascon pig, who is called Max. We call this the Cardinal's room because there's his portrait, the nephew of Pope Clement V, who built Roquetaillade. But it can't be his bed because it's 16th century Spanish. Round the walls you've got various members of the family who are parliamentarians and notables. Okay, the third Renaissance chimney-piece of Roquetaillade, and the one which let us identify the sculptor. If you look at the little cherub on the top, he's got the face of an angel but the body of a man, and that's how we identified the sculptor of these chimney-pieces. Well, in the 16th century, the family left the keep and they opened up this level, this floor. And because they did everything here, they had to keep warm, hence this enormous, gigantic chimney piece, created in 1599. There is a chimney piece like this in the Pizzi Palace in Florence, but we know we have identified the French architects and sculptures. I mean, you might see other monumental chimney pieces of that time, but what you'll never see again is that this has found its original painting. This painting was found in an attic 4 years ago by Sebastian, rolled up in a very bad state. It got restored in the Louvre in Paris, and we found its original place 2 years ago. What we do know about these paintings is that they were of no importance. What was important in the chimney was the marble. It was the exterior sign of wealth, and the more marble you had, the smaller was the painting, and the richer you showed yourself to be. The same marble used here, it's all marble from the Pyrenees, it's not Italian, and the same marble used in Versailles and in Fontainebleau. This was a vast project of Viollet-le-Duc for this room, but the family were ruined by the phylloxera. Wine illness killed off the vineyards, no more money left. The work stopped in 1870. His detail was to represent Pope Clement V having a synod in this room. That was The four ladies, of course, represent the four cardinal virtues with prudence, courage, temperance, and justice. And it's quite just because Roquetaillade has always been passed down by women. The name has changed 5 times in 700 years, but here we've only got 4 women. Okay, this gilt bronze lantern, the work of Edmond Dutoit, our friend in the chapel. It's much more oriental than the work of Vicomtesse. 350 kilos, anyways. Okay, the motto, family motto, il n'y a pas de chemin sans sortir. In other words, there's always a way out. Well, that's our prize-winning bull called Jacob. Okay, well, there's a picture of Jean-Pierre with the first Bazadais cows that he got because he wanted to save this race, which was becoming extinct. This is a re-edition of this famous encyclopedia, and this, in fact, this book started the whole neo-Gothic movement, Gothic revival movement, with this absolutely extraordinary detailed study of the Middle Ages. You go from everything, you go from fortifications to plans to costumes, staircases. There's not a subject of the Middle Ages that he has not treated in this book. And this was the one that was going to influence all the English architects like Pugin and Burgess and all these people who were totally and utterly influenced by, I mean, Pugin even says, he said, there's nobody in Britain who was not influenced by Vicomtesse. Because it's very strange, because there is no proof of a Roman villa here, a Gallo-Roman. Yet we found all these coins. And so we presume that these people, to cross the Garonne River, they grouped up here on the site of Roquetaillade to cross the river in Longon. So this is where legend has always said that Charlemagne was one of the first fortifications in Roquetaillade, was due to Charlemagne. These are far more recent coins. For example, there's a little penny here, and various others, which is the proof of the 100 Years' War and all the fighting that went on around here, and the changeover of nationalities from French to English to English to French. So all these coins were found on the site of the old castle from 1345, and Edward III penny, minted in London. Unfortunately, we've only got 3, but they are proof of these first civilizations that lived in the grottos underneath Roquetaillade. They were troglodyte homes. 3 flintstones. Yes. And this one is a more complex one with its different facets, but they're all Stone Age instruments. And then we go on to the Iron Age. Okay, well, this is just a representation of what Roquetaillade would have looked like under attack in the 14th century. You see the protective system around the top and the little roofs. And above all, you see that this facade with the 4 towers has hardly changed.